Hi everyone, it's Russell here from the Prezenter. Hope you're well. Just coming at you with another useful Prezi tip, and this time it's to do with how you lay your content out on the Prezi canvas. Now, one of the dangers with Prezi is because you have so much freedom in the Prezi canvas, it can be tempting to throw all of your content on there at once and to spread everything out far and wide. Then when you link everything together with your frames and paths, what you end up with is actually a bit of death by Prezi. So you'll find that things will zoom and spin around a bit too much, but also you'll find that the format of your content is not consistent, and that can be really distracting for the audience. So in order to get around that, we can actually use a really useful tool from the Insert menu, which is called My Collection. Okay, now what I tend to do when I start a Prezi presentation is decide how I want each of my frames and the content within those frames to be laid out. So if I just zoom in here for a second, I'm going to go to my Frames menu and I'm going to add an invisible frame onto my canvas like so. And then I'm just going to click inside of that frame and type in the word title. Make sure I use the title font that's been set up for me already. Then I'm going to click again and add the word subtitle. Choose the subtitle font, of course. There we go, get that into position, and then I'm going to add some body text. So I'll just type in the word body text, put that in the body text font that I set up earlier, and I'll just put that here. Okay, now this is how I would like every single frame of content to appear. So for my titles to always be at the top, subtitles below, followed by body text. So in order to make that happen, I can now select everything, or just click on the frame, right click the frame like so, and then choose Add to My Collection. There we go. Now what I can actually do is delete this frame, because if I go back to an overview of my presentation, when I decide where I want content to go, so let's say for instance I want to start with some of these apples, I want to zoom in on those, I can now go to Insert, from my collection, and there's the frame that I created a second ago. Choose the Insert menu, and there we go. There we have the title, subtitle and body text surrounded by an invisible frame, exactly how I set them up a second ago. Then I can move to my next area. Again, go to Insert, from my collection, choose the item I set up, and add that to my next apple on my tree. Okay, now of course I would go into each of these, I would edit the text to add the actual content that I want people to see. I would also add imagery, video and anything else that's going to help me tell my story. But what it does help me do is keep a consistent format throughout my presentation, and that's not just good in terms of design, it also really helps the audience understand where the titles, subtitles and body text are going to appear in every frame that we move to. The last thing we want our audience to do is to have to try and find everything in each frame and each path step that we move to. So I hope that's been useful. Really, it's just a nice way to help you control what can be the madness of Prezi at times. But having a good consistent look and feel is definitely good for you and great for the audience. So my name's Russell, aka the Prezenter. I really hope you found that tip useful. For more tips, please go to theprezenter.com, and if there's any tips that you would like to hear from us, then please get in touch at info@theprezenter.com, and we'll do our best to create that as a video tip as soon as possible. Take care.